Well, people are always asking me what vacuums I like the most in my collection, and what are some of my newer vacuums or my more interesting ones. So I guess I'll make a video kind of showing the stuff that I have that's probably some of my favorites, harder to find stuff and interesting new stuff. I guess I'll start here with this Radiance. This was one of my favorites. I've actually waited about 2 years for this model to come out just so I could get it. And it's serial number 50 off the line. The other one would probably be the Clear SIBO. I've always had sort of somewhat mixed feelings about the SIBO. I always liked them, but I realized, it didn't clean as well as that Radiance it's sitting next to. But as soon as I saw the Clear one, I pretty much knew I had to have one, and I ordered it. It took me 6 months to get it. Another favorite of mine is the PowerCast. This is an RY 9000 I got new in the box a couple years ago. My Clear Mila that I bought from a friend of mine, new in the box. Also, another vacuum I like a lot would probably be the Mila Capricorn. I just find it very fun to use. This one here also, oh, that's not very good lighting. A new in the box Simplicity 7200 from 1998. Now this one I didn't buy, it was actually given to me by a friend of mine, but it's definitely one of my favorites. Next over here would be my Hoover Turbo Power from England. The extremely hard to find Airway with the Eureka upright power nozzle. Fairfaxes. This is actually the current Fairfax. A magnet on it. And I have all the attachments, including the shampooer with that one. I also have, looks like it just fell over, the Auric XL4300 in almost perfect condition. I have an XL4000 over there that I need to work on. It's all taken apart and very dirty, needs a good cleaning. And then my Whirlpool CVR2000. The only problem with this one, when I got it, the lower cord hook was busted off. But other than that, this one has been completely restored and is in very good condition. I've also got the Super Vac here, which was also sold as the American Lincoln. Oh no, it's been covered in royal dirt. But it's basically a wide Kirby Sanitronic 80 with a bolted-on nozzle. And then here's its, I guess, little brother, which basically looks like a Heritage. But again, it's the Sanitronic-style motor housing, and the nozzle is also bolted on. You have a plug on the front that you pull out like a Royal to change the belt or brush. And this here is my Royal 888. This one actually has a belt lifter built into the adjuster right cap, just like a Kirby. And then you have the latch to remove the nozzle up here. Very interesting machine. It's very hard to find. Of course, my Central Vacs back here, sort of in the back of the collection, but they're definitely some of my favorites. my 3-motor Filtex, a GE, a new-in-the-box late 70s, early 80s Kenmore, two 2-motor Filtexes, I think either both or one of them use the hard-to-find latching relay with the push-button and light inlets, and then a Black & Decker unit. Another machine I'm probably would consider one of my favorites is this Royal power nozzle that goes with this swivel top Royal canister here. I also bought this machine. It wasn't new in the box. It had been a floor model that had sat in a store for about 30 years before I got my hands on it. So it's pretty much in perfect condition. It's a machine I'd been looking for quite a while. I don't need more shelf there. But very hard to find machine. I was practically beside myself when I actually got my hands on this. And what's interesting about this nozzle, aside from it being completely made out of metal, it uses the upright brush roll with stiffeners, as you can see, and belt. A very, very hard to find machine. Another vacuum I really like would be this 2-speed Rainbow E series that I have running as air purifier right now on low speed. You can hear it. With lemon scent, lots of lemon scent in there, probably too much, but oh well. Smells good. And here it is on high speed. Definitely has a strange sound to it. And speaking of brushless motors, here is my Dyson DC-22. There's just kind of a funny story behind this one. I was at the VDTA convention, and I was fascinated by this because I have a thing for brushless motor vacuum cleaners, and I have the 2 machines on the market currently that have them in the U.S. that are full-size canisters, not the hand vacs or anything like that. But I was fascinated by it. But a friend of mine wanted the DC-23, which is the larger size Dyson canister, and I couldn't decide between the two, so I decided, oh well, I'll just buy both of them. So far, I like both of them. I like them both for different things. This one, the power head's a little wimpy for my carpet, but the other one definitely cleans very well. This one has a ton of suction, though. Here actually is my DC-22 from England. Part of my voltage adapters there. It's actually the turbine head. I believe this one was called the Animal. Yes. Which I don't understand why they put these turbine heads with the Animal model. For me, it's been completely useless on my carpet. Now this turbine head, which came with it, was actually very nice. I do like that. And just to prove it is in fact European, it's got the original Dyson plug on it. Another machine I really like is this Advance Mighty made by Vorwerk. I've never seen another one quite like it. Very strange machine. And now for some of the most or worst examples of compulsive spending gone terribly wrong in this room. Well, here's the DC-23 I bought along with the DC-22 just because I couldn't make my mind up between the two. The first Miele I had, I actually I was thinking about getting a used Miele Flamenco, and I managed to progressively talk myself up into a brand new Solaris Electro Plus, which I definitely don't regret. Now, this one, although this is probably one of my nicest examples of an Electrolux in my collection, definitely one of the hardest to find. The very first model of the Electrolux CB. This was terrible. I don't even know why I bid on it, but it was on eBay for way too much. I ended up, just for shits and giggles, offering the guy $300 for it, and he took it, and I was like, oh crap, now I have to pay for it. But came with everything, all the attachments, the power nozzle, in practically perfect condition, so once I got it, I didn't feel so bad. My Miele White Pearl, I was in a vacuum store actually looking for a Miele S238i, or just, well, in there, and that was what I was looking for. They said they had a White Pearl. I looked at it. I wasn't really looking for one. Not really interested in one at the time, but I ended up liking this one enough to where I just bought it. And the Big Power. The brand new Big Power, not officially released yet. Bought it off eBay with the power nozzle, and not here with it, but all the attachments. Well, this is kind of up here in the extra room full of junk. Here is the actual central vac unit. It's the 2-motor, 240-volt unit. It's so powerful, it's actually got 2 mufflers and 2 steel exhaust pipes. Definitely one of the most powerful vacuum cleaners I've seen. And there's the utility valve there. Also out here in the garage is the, what I call a shop vac. Most people would call this a industrial grade wet dry vac. It's all steel. Actually has a central vac motor in it. And I definitely couldn't go back to a normal household grade shop vac. These are so much quieter, more powerful, and better made. They just make the others look like toys. Another one I really like is this rinse and vac. It has a heated stainless steel water tank, a 60 psi pump, and 110 inches of water lift. It replaced the Hoover steam vac, and I would guarantee you this outcleans any of those cheap, horrible, useless household steam cleaner things. I almost forgot. The Pacific Steamex model EVB1 that I drove all the way up to Longmont to buy. I've never seen another one like it. I don't know anybody else who has. It's basically a copy of an NSS Model M, and it's definitely one of those vacuums I will probably never part with.